Hello, welcome to the queue. It is Operation Octopussy in Japan, turn 6. Going to be a fast turn. We're not going to have any combats. We're going to save our last oil dollar from the USA. So for the purchase, what do we have? 36. We're going to advance our factory to stage 2. Build a destroyer. This was an either or, so gotta get that off of there. Build a artillery, a second artillery, 2 Marines, 1 infantry, 2 militia, and that's our $36. We're going to add long-range aircraft to our tech, so both of those are at 8. Uh-oh, rolling left-handed here, mixing it up. 3 and a 2. Oh crap, we're back to that again. Oh, what a nightmare. Okay, all right, so let's move some non-coms because we got no combat move. It could be considered a combat move if Britain was at wartime income, but since they're not, we can go buy that coastal gun without worry here. So in P-41, we've got the light carrier with the tactical bomber. Actually, the tactical bomber doesn't have to go, but it will. The carrier will come 1, 2 into I-12. Tactical bomber flies on through. We've got a torpedo boat destroyer from P-50 coming over. We've got this new Siam destroyer because Siam aligned at the beginning of the turn, I guess. So that destroyer will go up 1 to P-41, grab a Marine, 2, and 3. And he's grabbing one of the Marines from Kwangtung because this card is in Kwangtung there. All right, so the next maneuver, well, this other carrier in P-41, he's going to come down 1, 2, 3 into I-3. And we're going to do the same thing with a destroyer. We got a destroyer here in P-41. He's just going to grab a Marine, 1, 2, 3. And we are completely safe because Britain is not at wartime income. They cannot pull any crazy attacks. That's the good news. Unless Italy declares war on Britain. Boy, I sure hope they don't. That would suck. That would suck. All right. So I've got... Yeah, that's going to stay there. All right. So we got one sub in P-50, a regular sub. It'll come over to I-12. The coastal sub is going to get closer to these Dutch guys. From P-50, he's going to go into P-59. All right, so that sub stays. The torpedo boat stays. All right, so I've got... Well, let's move these guys out first before that coastal sub goes into P-41. All right, so the destroyer that is left in P-41 comes north, 1, 2 into P-15. I'll turn him that direction. The rest of this card that is in P-41 will go down to P-50, which is the 2 battleships, the battle cruiser, the 4 heavy cruisers, and the light cruiser. And we're going to add to it the carrier and light cruiser in P-15. 1, 2, 3. And they will come down to P-50. I've got a destroyer here in P-16, grabs the Marine in Tokyo. Or does he? What am I going to have? Well, I'm going to have 2 Marines with 2 destroyers up there. He does. So he'll come down 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll offload him into Siam, the Marine. And the destroyer goes into the P-50 flotilla. We're going to leave that. We're going to move that. All right, so we got 2 transports. Well, actually, we have 5 transports in P-41. 2 of them, because we have the port here in Kwangtung, will go up 1, 2, grab the 3 infantry and artillery, and 3 go in port there in Nanking, and they will all go into Nanking. The artillery, I was going to move it, but that CCP group's getting pretty steep. All right, so we'll leave that. Those 3 guys are there in Nanking. One of the fighters from Formosa, 1, 2, 3 into Korea. May need some air cover. The seaplane from Okinawa will come up to Kyushu. All right, so another fighter from Formosa will come down 1, 2, 3 into Cochin, China. The fighter and tactical in Formosa will come down 1, 2 and land on that fleet carrier in P-50. All right, magnets are not working right. All right, so I got 3 transports left in Kwangtung that are going to grab 6 units from Kwangtung and come down 1 to P-50. And the 6 units they're grabbing are 2 infantry. Wait a minute, do I need that? I do. 2 Marines, 2 artillery. They will all be offloaded into Siam. All right. Now this coastal sub from P-42 comes over 1 to P-41. And I think that's it. No, it isn't. We've got this cavalry that's exposed. He'll go into Nanking. We've got an artillery motorized that will go into Peking. And we've got 1 infantry here in Suyan that's going to come south to Hope. So where can I chip him out? Let's chip him out of here. Take an infantry. All right, so that's how that looks. Okay, I think we are good. Good to go. All right, let's place out our stuff. Factory goes to 2, and our destroyer is built here in P-15. So we're at 2 there. That means we got all these to place. All right, set them up here. So Rihi is getting an artillery. Oh, you know what? That's what I was doing. I had to train there. So this artillery, oh, you know what? Since I want that with the CCP there, we'll rail this artillery that Nanking, because it was just going to step over 1, but that's a little volatile. So he'll rail from Nanking into Kwangtung. Good to have the train marker. All right, where's my rest of my guys here? All right, so a militia in Kwangtung, I'll just put him there. No, when I can do a recap, I won't know. The other militia, where's he at there? There he is. He's going in that empty space there in Nanking. The other 4 units are going into Kyushu. Oh, you know what? That's right. He's not going into Shantung. He's going into Tokyo. No need for shenanigans. All right, so that should be it. Everything's placed. Our income, we did go up 1, so we're at 30 now. So it's 10, 20, 30. We saved 1 for oil. We got 6 for China and objectives. So that's 37 for next turn. Let's do a recap. Out here in I-3 is a carrier with a fighter attack, destroyer with a marine. In I-12 is a light carrier with attack, submarine, torpedo boat destroyer, destroyer with a marine. In P59 is a coastal sub. In P50 is a sub, a torpedo boat destroyer, 3 transports, 1 destroyer, fleet carrier, fighter attack, 2 light cruisers, 2 battleships, battle cruiser, and 4 heavy cruisers. Moving up to Kwangtung is 2 marines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 militia. In Hunan is a militia. In Nanking is 2 transports in port, 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 cavalry. Hopei, 1 infantry. Beiping, a motorized artillery cavalry. Suyan, mountain, 2 infantry. Rihe, artillery. We still have our 2 militia and Manchurias. Kyushu has a seaplane, 2 marines, 1 artillery, 1 infantry. Korea fighter, Tokyo militia. Sea Zone P16 torpedo boat destroyer, P15 2 destroyers, and a couple militia out on the islands in the perimeter, and that is it. Next up will be Boston Bruce with the UK. And things are going to get tight for France, I got to believe.